Sarah. My name is James March.
Hi, my name is Jonathan.
My name is Jensen.
My name is Maya.
My name is DeMarco.
My name is Charles. Support STI740.
My name is Kiera, and I want you to support STI740.
My name is Russ, and I want you to support STI740.
My name is Cameron, and I want you to support STI740.
STI740.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to STI740 Beyond the Game. I'm your main host, Isaac Cherry, and we're here from 411 Lounge in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, and I'm your co-host, Jabari Garrett, and we have some great for the show for you today.
So, this show, I think, it's gonna be kind of cool, you ask me. I mean,
You know, that's great and all. You know, back in like 2000 and whatever, but like, me and John got this new thing that we doing.
Music with the fam.
Music with the fam.
All around music. It's straight music talk. New artists, upcoming music. We may have him perform.
You know, hey, you never know what's gonna happen in May.
Wait.
That's when our show is dropping.
wait, he said music with the fam.
Music with the fam.
So who else gonna be involved?
You never know.
We can have y'all as special guests.
No, I'm
I'm
talking.
gonna let you try to freestyle.
Try.
Try.
You don't know me, man. I'm like, y'all know what's his name? Drake.
Right?
I'm worse than him.
It rings with
I
that.
don't. Worse than him.
Yeah.
Worst
I'm sorry.
Let you get him.
I mean, like, if y'all not really rocking with the whole sports thing,
You ain't
like
rocking
music.
with it. Come
I
on,
don't.
you got me,
And you got us.
I mean,
and then you got
look,
Jabari.
It's Jabari.
It's
We-
Isaac's show, man. So it's music with the fam.
Yes, sir. Music with the fam.
Music with the fam.
Savvy G.
Well, I'm sure y'all gonna
Oh,
want me on
wow.
that show.
So who's gonna take the leading role? Man?
There is no leading.
Who's
No,
gonna be
no,
my?
That's why it's called
Who's-
music with the
with the
fam.
Who's
fam.
going to be the prodigy?
There
Who's
is
gonna-
no.
The
there is
prodigy
no-
of Jabari.
There
Who's
is
gonna
no
be my
king.
prodigy? Because I know
Yeah.
all y'all be feeling me,
Nah,
and
bro, it's not
I know-
no empire.
look,
no,
check this out,
bro,
check it
it's-
out, check it out. This is STI740, and
Let's just-
you guys are basically like my pet. I treat y'all well, and depending on how y'all do. So whoever does that, y'all better rip. Okay, so tune in every Saturday at streammyschool.com/STI740, and we'll have more shows coming with you every week from 11 to 12. So
Hey, I look forward to y'all show though.
Yeah,
Me too.
y'all. I will.
I'm sure y'all gonna want me on here.
I may
know,
even
man.
do something.
all right, okay, whatever. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this sports talk with Mr. Jabari. So, Michael Sam thinks he isn't in the NFL because he's gay. I mean, what if it just is he's not
Talented.
talented or he's inept? He's inept. He's not as good as other players. I think I'm be straight up. I think the only reason he's still in the NFL is because he's gay. So I think it's working for him because if he was just if he was straight or
He was like an ordinary player.
yeah, he wouldn't have no type of press on him. So I think you can't use you being gay as an excuse. I mean, you're not good.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, guess I kind of have to agree with you a little bit on that because, like you said, he would not get no publicity if it wasn't for him being gay. It'd just be like any other player who no one really knows. He's playing for a team. He might start, might not. You really don't know the lineman. You don't know like this one player or something.
Because they had a veteran combine.
Yeah.
And they were talking to GMs there, and they were talking about Michael Sam, and they were saying the way he played was horrible. So he says he could still play in the NFL or maybe the CFL. So I don't think he's gonna be in the NFL much longer.
I mean, if he's just saying that, if he's saying that he should, like, they don't like him being gay or whatever, then that can actually like get him out the NFL because that's gonna stop people wanting to be like that's gonna stop people wanting to put the cameras on him. But like you said, the cameras want to see somebody who's different. They want to see somebody who is different in the NFL. So that's the only reason that I think the cameras are really on him.
Yeah, because if he was any regular player, like say JJ Watt, if he was as good as JJ Watt, then yeah. But he's not nowhere near JJ Watt, and he was drafted by the Rams.
Yeah.
They released him because he wasn't good, and then the Cowboys picked him up, for the practice squad, and he still wasn't good. So you can't blame you being gay as the reason you're not in the NFL. That's petty.
The only way you could say that the reason you're not in the NFL, I mean, that the only reason that they want to release you in the NFL is if you're gay, if you're good. Because if you're good, they might try to find something against you. But if you're not like no all-star standout, then if you're not in the NFL, it's not because you're gay, it's because your talent is not there. So,
I mean, you're right. I mean, he can say that, but if a coach hasn't come out to him straight up, or players haven't said, "I don't want you on my team because you're gay," then you really have nothing to say. What you're saying is you're just reaching and hoping someone will pick you up.
yeah, so the March Madness is this bracket now. I mean, we're down to the 8 teams, so who you think got it?
I think Kentucky got it because they're playing Notre Dame,
Yeah,
and then I think Duke is going to have it.
that's a good game right there. I mean, Duke is a great team, and I mean, they've been playing great, but the other team, Gonzaga, how do you pronounce them?
Gonzaga?
Yeah, Gonzaga. I mean, they're a great team too. They've been playing well. They've proved themselves. So I'm looking forward to this matchup. I mean, in Duke, their problem is they need to, if they can control the paint, then they will win. But that's the main thing they have to do.
And then you also have Arizona playing Wisconsin. So I think,
Arizona.
yeah, I think Arizona's going to do pretty good. I mean, Wisconsin, they're good. They were good enough to make it to the final, to 8 teams. But
Yeah.
I think Arizona's really going to show everybody what they made of and just start dropping threes. And I think the only way Kentucky can be defeated is if you cause them, if you shut down the paint, because they're shooting 48% on twos and 29% on threes. So you have to force Kentucky to be a jump shooting team.
Now, Kentucky do have a weakness because
Which
we
I just
see.
said.
Yeah, I mean,
just said
no,
the weakness.
I'm about to say their other weakness. Okay, so just stop. Their rebounding weakness on offense. I mean, on defense. Like the defensive. Yeah, I mean, because you're not understanding that I'm telling you a different weakness. Like defensive rebounding. If they're not really grabbing boards on defense as great as other teams. I did. I mean, you still processing that?
Yeah, because it's just,
I thought you were smart.
is this real? I mean,
I thought he was
never
smart.
told me to stop. I mean, you're getting kind of confident.
I mean, I am a confident person, I think.
I mean, it feels like Jabari's coming into a move. See, is this Jabari? Because Jabari never talks to me like that. So,
I mean, I was always nice to my little brother, but now, I mean, sometimes I have to.
did you just call me your little brother?
Yeah, my little bro.
We're not even blood related.
Yes,
so
we are.
yeah, no, we're not.
This is my little bro.
We're just
Let's
friends.
get back on topic.
No,
So,
call me little bro.
okay, little bro.
I'm only little bro to 2 people.
Jabari Garrett.
No, Isaiah and Greg Cherry. So, yeah, I'm little bro to Greg. So, we would have nothing to say. So,
Okay, I agree. Little bro. So, Kentucky, like we were saying, their defensive rebounding is not as great as other teams. They need to work on that, and if they can get that taken care of, then they'll definitely be unstoppable because their offensive scoring is great. I mean, Kentucky is like really, it's like the stud in this, the best team in this bracket right now. I mean, they went undefeated for a reason, so that's why I think Kentucky will win.
I think Duke last night, they caused Vegas bets to lose millions of dollars because of a free throw.
Yeah.
Duke was the 5-point favorite. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And Quinn Cook, he missed the first free throw in the last seconds of the game, but he made the other one because they were counting on Duke to only win by 5 points. So I feel bad for the people who bet.
I mean, Quinn Cook is a veteran player too, so I mean, I thought he would have made that free throw, but I mean, you can't make them all. So, like you said, feel bad for the people who bet.
Okay, so we about to head to commercial break, and up next we're gonna have a very special man who does plethora of things, and I ain't gonna give him away because it's too easy, it's too early. So let's go ahead and head to a commercial break with Jabari and Isaac Cherry, and
Hold
we
on,
out.
did you look at me a kind of way?
Yeah, I'll do it again. Want me to? And we out.
LeBron.
So we're back with STI740, and y'all go ahead and log into your tablets and everything, cause it's about to get real at streamoutSchool.com/STI740. Now this guy right here, he's a multitasker on all and every meaning of the word. You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm smart.
Okay, stop.
I'm like you.
Okay, stop. Okay, and this guy, I mean, he does a plethora of things. He's involved in politics, NFL, marketing management. I mean, this guy, this is a guy who really does what he wants. I mean, he has his football players' names and political people's names are in his hands. Whatever they want, this guy can get it. So, I mean, let's go and introduce our man, Mr. Brian Hamilton. Brandon Hamilton, my bad.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Ivy, you really gave a great introduction right there.
I do this every week.
I mean, that just seemed different. I mean, you're getting better at this.
I mean, it's my job, so why are you telling me?
I mean, just good job. I'm telling you, good job. You're getting better at it. It's a compliment.
I'm supposed
I
to do
think-
this. So what you're saying is very kind of invalid.
Good job. Just accept the kind of compliment.
I don't need your compliment. Okay, so what is your stance on education and your educational background?
Well, I went to one of the greatest schools on this side of heaven called Justin F. Kimball. And from there, we went to a trade school called Enterprise Foundation. So, and my stance on education, I believe that every child should be able to go into a school and provide. I believe education started at home first, with the parents educating their kids. And my mom, she was a domestic worker, but she was an educator also. And therefore, it helps the children once they get into school to be able to help somebody else to educate. You know, just don't put it all on the teacher. I believe the parents should have a lot to do with the kids' education also.
So, what was your family life like, and was your dad like actively involved in your life?
Well, I was born in a place called West Dallas. You know, it was a poverty-stricken neighborhood. We was born in the projects. So my mom had 5 boys, no girls. So my father wasn't in my life, but you know, we believed in the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. So we had some hens and the neighbors in West Dallas. We stuck together. You know, we believed in one helping another, and from that point, my father wasn't there, but my mom was dead, and then you had the men of our church that stepped up. So we didn't have the father figure, but we had the father figure.
So for all the kids out there who's growing up without a father or a single parent, what do you have to say for them, to them?
Well, you can do whatever you want to do if you put your mind to it. Only thing you have to do is lock it into your heart that you want to be successful. Successful is not, it don't elude you unless you just want to be dumb, if you just want to be out on these streets. And a lot of people don't understand the struggle of young men these days, but the struggle is real. But also they need someone to look up to. So if you're a mid-aged man and you know some young boys in the neighborhood, please try your best to rescue that young man, because they're crying out for help.
Yeah, so was there a certain turning point in your life that pushed you to have the career that you have now?
Yes, actually, about when I came out of high school and everything, I got into some trouble because I hadn't always been a model student, you know. So I got into some trouble because the streets were calling me. So I went on the streets, I was selling drugs, and from that point I went to prison. And I was faced 5 to 99 years, and how God, my mom prayed, and my mom always was a woman of prayer. So I've been to prison 3 times when I was younger. And the turning point came when my mom told me one day, she said, "Son, you walking like a time bomb, ready to explode at any time." And when I sat in my cell one day, I began to recap everything that she told me. And I began to cry. And the turning point came when God began to deal with my heart about change. And the most explosive thing happened in my life. God came in and he changed my life.
Man, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's real deep. So, how do you think you would have turned out if your mom wouldn't have said that?
Well, had I not listened to what she said, you know, I probably would have been in prison for a longer period of time or dead due to the fact that I was a wayward child and I was going pretty strong out there in the streets. So, you know, I relied on the streets to support me, even though my mom was right there. She did everything she could. She had 5 boys, worked very hard, domesticated worker, educated us. She kept us in church, but a woman can't teach a man how to be a man. So
what was your proudest moments like in life?
my proudest moment, it wasn't when I had my first child. It wasn't when I got married. The proudest moment in my life is when I accepted Christ into my life, because something came into my life called change. No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Once God showed me that he cared for me, he took me into his arms and he began to teach me how to be one of his men. Then change ultimately came. That was the proudest moment in my whole entire life, when Christ came into my life and I changed.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, you said that Christ came into your life. Why? How do you think your life would have turned out if that wasn't your proudest moment, or you never got married, or anything besides that?
I probably would have still changed, you know, but everybody's life is predestined. You know, you have a plan that God is prescribing for you. So at this point, everybody's life is predestined. Only thing we have to do is follow the plan. The plan never changes with God, because he's the same today, yesterday, and forevermore. So when my life changed, God began to open up doors. And once God began to open up doors, I began to walk in those doors. I got my business. I started recruiting. Then I started Sports House Marketing and Management. Then I started managing a political figure.
So what are some of your accomplishments that you've had in Dallas and in your community?
Well, we started a foundation probably about 14, 15 years ago called True Life Foundation. This foundation is geared toward helping youth at risk, young men predominantly. What we do is we go inside, and a lot of young men participate in sports, but their homes are not right. So they can't adequately focus on education and focus on football and focus on, you know, getting their life together due to the fact of their environment. So what we do, we go inside and help the young men to cope with their environment and teach them that you don't have to let your environment change you, but you can change your environment. So True Life Foundation, and God gave me that name, True Life, it helps the young man to make sure that you don't have to be a statistic to the neighborhood, but you can add to it. So we started True Life Foundation. Also, my mom started a feeding the homeless at our church, which is Full Gospel Tabernacle, where our bishop is Bishop Derek L. Favors. So we've contributed a lot of things, but it's not about us. It's about what God can do through us.
So we have a question in the audience. Is there someone who wants to ask it?
What do you say to the child who may be watching and have nowhere to turn?
Well, mainly what we need to do is we need to get back to turning to the church. And you may have, you know, people that try their best to help children, but the answers are not conducive to what this child is used to or accustomed to, because he don't have the answers. We need to get back to turning the children back to the parent, but the parent needs to turn back to the church, because that's our foundation right now.
So, I mean, that was a great question from the audience, and we thank you for that. Now, tell us more about your business and how you got started with it.
Okay, Sports House Marketing and Management. We started Sports House Marketing and Management due to the fact it was a kind of a subsidiary of True Life Foundation. We found that a lot of the young men weren't prepared to go from college to sports, and so to the NFL or to the NBA. So it kind of was a runoff from there. So we started as mentoring the young men From there, I went to mentoring to recruiting them and actually being a part of their decision-making process of going into the NFL or going into the draft and everything, training and everything.
So, how was it? What are some of your success stories from your business?
Well, we had a kid, and everybody probably know this kid. His name is Terrell Pryor from the Ohio State University. He didn't get drafted. So it's a little bit deeper when a kid of that nature with all that talent don't get drafted. So a friend of mine introduced me to this kid, and what I did, I don't fall into the quote unquote, Hollywood scene to where you big time to me. I look at the kid's heart. So we begin to mentor Terrell, and we begin to unveil God to Terrell. And now Terrell is one of the most humblest men you can ever meet. And I believe that he changed his life over. And now God is really using him to where he has an opportunity with the Kansas City Chiefs to be a part of that organization.
So you're helping a lot of athletes who's coming in, who's trying to have a dream, and that's great. So can you tell, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing sports house marketing management for 4 years. We've been in the recruiting business for over 13 years.
Wow.
So, name some of the athletes that you work with.
We work with, in basketball, we marketed Kurt Thomas. He's been in the league for over 20 years. In football, we have our clients is Brian Bunner that went to SMU and went to the Dallas Cowboys. Dwayne Harris with the Dallas Cowboys. Terrell Pryor, the Kansas City Chiefs. DeMarcus Love that went to Carter High School, graduated from Arkansas University, got drafted to the Vikings. Jarrell Poe with the he plays starting nose guard for the Houston Texans. And some more that we potentially will be bringing on board, but we can't elaborate until we get them signed.
So how do you get in touch with them? Do they come to you? Do you go to them?
Well, pretty much, once people know that what you do, they'll bring their people to you.
Yeah.
And the only thing you have to do is continue to do everything the right way. The NCAA, they have rules and regulations. Follow those rules and regulations and doing things the right way. And people will bring those kids to you, as long as you do it the right way.
So, how do you find, you already answered, right?
Yeah. I mean, whatever you got to say, I probably get it. But only thing I have to say is, Isaac, even though you're a troubled child, you see that you can make it out. You can be something big. It's okay. So you don't
I'm
have to worry
already
about
big.
it.
Y'all don't worry about that.
Okay, ego.
Okay, so who was the hardest athlete to work with?
Well,
Tough question.
no, we probably, I've never had an athlete that was hard to work with. These guys are busy out there. They do a lot. So their communication, some of them lack communication time because they're so busy in their endeavors every day. I have from Dwayne Harris coming into a football camp to DeMarcus Love throwing a football camp. Have to bring those two together, and we believe in relationship and community. That's what we believe. And when I got with Michael B. Phillips, that's what he believed: community and betterment of the community. So yeah, we didn't have too many people that we were kind of difficult to work with.
All right, so we would like to thank you for being on here, and we're about to head to a commercial break. And right after this, we'll have our special guest, another intern of STI740.
The man, he thinks.
Yeah, supposed to be the man.
Yeah.
So we about to go ahead to a commercial break, and we out. Yeah, so we're back with STI740, and that commercial y'all just saw, that was a sponsor commercial from Power Cardio Team Orange. The Riggers did it.
Yeah, it really did.
Alright, so we got another intern this week. Why are we interviewing interns? We need somebody good on here.
Well, I heard they needed an actual professional on the sports segment. See, I got some words from somebody that y'all two did not really know what you were talking about in your stats and other sports.
I know what I'm talking about.
So y'all need an actual professional to come and help y'all out.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh. Man, it might be true with Jabari, but
No, that's not what we need.
all right, let's go and get started. You want to talk to NBA, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Monte Ellis is injured, and Mark Cuban is mad that Monte Ellis isn't getting enough fouls called for him. I mean, last night against the Spurs, Tim Duncan smacked the dude in the face, like blatantly smacked him in the face,
Yeah.
but no foul was called. So I think somebody needs to say something, and we all know Mark Cuban will have a fine coming his way, because the NBA don't like people proving them that they're wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, Mark Cuban, I don't blame him. If you have a player that's part of your team and he's getting hurt because the refs aren't calling fouls for him, then that's just straight hurting your team. That's hurting your team like really, really bad. And
I mean,
I would be really upset with that.
I mean, all coaches, like all teams, they don't get all the foul calls they want.
No,
So I mean, you just gonna have to deal
but
with
that foul call is nice. It's crazy. He got knee in the hip. Knee in the
Okay.
hip.
Okay.
I mean, like, we understand. Mark Cuban wasn't saying nothing at first. I mean, like, a lot of people don't like calls that the refs make. But, I mean, they're not going to say nothing. But when they get really, really bad, I mean, that...
Ridiculous.
That, yeah,
Ridiculous.
what
Crazy.
he said.
I went out there.
I mean, all right, Westbrook, he getting that 10th triple-double strip from him. I mean, do you think the refs should be able to do that?
No.
I mean, what about you, Soy?
I don't think they should either. I mean, after a play has already been called, you cannot change it, especially after the game is already over.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like controversial, I mean, but that rebound wasn't controversial.
Exactly.
Everybody knew we were gonna get a triple double. So, you should change it that game. I mean, you can't come back afterwards and then change it.
Exactly.
And then I saw the rebound. It was questionable because he didn't get possession of it, but he threw it out, which still counts as a rebound. But it went to the Heat. So, but they kept that rebound, but didn't take away the one from the Milwaukee game, which was evidently worse than that one. So, I think it's hypocritical.
I mean, like, if you can't change calls that are made in the game, like you can't reverse the call, then you shouldn't be able to take somebody triple-double away after the game, after you already say he had a triple-double. Because...
He's just becoming too good. That's what it is.
I mean, they want to stop him.
Is becoming a fool right now. So what he's been playing?
Yeah.
A fool.
And Kevin Durant out for the
MVP.
season. I mean, Westbrook is just taking over now. So, I mean, this is Westbrook's team for sure. Everybody knows that. Everybody sees that. And this is just... Matter of fact, OKC, instead of Durant, now they talking about Westbrook. Durant gonna have to come back when he get healed if he's still there to show himself again.
Durant still got one more year next year, and then after that we'll see.
I mean, he still have to show himself. I mean, like show that he's still good, and, like he won't get hurt anymore. Shows that he can stop being injury prone. I mean,
We all know it's Westbrook's team now. Kevin Durant is now where Westbrook used to be.
This is obviously Westbrook's team, but I think if Kevin Durant can come back and he'll have to play very good for this to come back and be Kevin Durant's team, which is not gonna happen. Cause you let Russell Westbrook get all these stats, all these historical games. Westbrook's not giving it up. He's not.
Westbrook has finally turned into a true point guard. Cause last year, people just thought he was playing a two-guard role, just as in the point guard position.
He actually played the two guard in college. That's what a lot of people don't know. So when you coming in a guy and asking a guy to play point guard, he does the scoring. Bring the ball court, point guard passing the ball, and he shoots it.
he had to get adjusted to having like a star like Kevin Durant on the team that could also help him so he could pass it to him.
No, this is kind of boring. Why you agreeing with me?
I mean, I'm just saying that if he had to adjust from like being a scorer to having to pass me.
Still ain't answer my question.
Well, you just said that he was a scorer.
Why you agreeing with me? But
It's
I
not-
get it. I mean, I'm just overly too good. I'm taking over.
Okay, I did.
Okay, so after this, we're gonna have Mr. Son and JJ with the Who's Who. And we're about to go ahead and head out to a commercial. It was nice having you. Oh, don't touch. Okay. Okay, so we're about to go ahead and
I
head to a
think he's
commercial.
slick.
This is STI740, we signing out. For now. Yeah, I am.
Hello, y'all. My name is Brother Savion Curd.
My name is John Mitchell, and today we have our guest, Miss Angela. And introduce yourself, please.
I'm Angela Fox with a nonprofit organization, Homewood and Home King Shelter.
And okay, go ahead, sir.
And today, this is a very special guest that we have in the building today because we know that we have a relationship with you because you've been on our show before, right?
Yes.
And you were here with us in one of our recent shows that we had at the church with the battle of DJs and HIV awareness. And can you talk to us about that? Like, what is the name of your organization?
The name of the organization is Homewood and Home King Shelter. And it's for young girls between age 8 to 18 who's pregnant, runaway, and don't have a place to live. So what we do, we try to get the young girls off the street and help redirect them. And we also do counseling for the parents to help their kids and parents to have a better relationship.
When was the organization founded?
It was founded in 2006.
Okay, so talk to us about like how did it get founded? What was the idea? How did it spark?
As a young girl, the oldest sibling of two, I love to love. And I have seen young girls, kids my age as a young girl who didn't have that same type of love I had in my home. And I seen the difference. Parents treated their children different because there was a blended family, meaning that there was a stepdad who abused their children, the girls. And I just felt like all girls should need to be loved. And that love stayed in my heart until I became adults. And so all my life I wanted to help young girls do better.
It's extremely powerful. Do you think, well, since this is a youth talk show and we do have audience that are, the youth, what is your message to them?
First of all, I want to say I'm very honored to be sitting here between these two lovely men that's doing great things now today in this world. They're not running after football. They're not running after basketball. They're using their mind. And I want to say to all young kids out there, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Use your mind. Take notes for these young guys that's here today. And I'm pretty sure these young guys would love to have women to come in and be a part of that conversation. So today I want to say women, young girls, young boys, take notes and remember you can make a difference in this world.
So who and what inspires you in the midst of what you do?
The reason why I do the HIV/AIDS awareness luncheon, my profession, I am a flight attendant. And one of my coworkers said to me, Angela, where do you live? I said, I live in Dallas, Texas. And she said to me, oh, I tried to live there, but I couldn't. I said, why? There's so many men on the down low. I said, girl, you talking about Atlanta, Georgia? She said, no, I'm talking about Plano, Texas. She lived in Plano, Texas. So that made me come back home to find out what's really going on in my city. So I went to the Controlled Disease Center. And I did the statistics to see what's going on in my city. And I found out there's more men, black men, sexing men, which is the thing about men having sex with other men. And then I found out young girls as young as 13 years old, 17 years old, 21-year-old have been affected with the HIV because they are having unprotected sex. And that bothered me. So I said, if I don't know what's going on in my own city, who else don't know? So this is my 5th year. We had an event last month, and we do an HIV/AIDS awareness luncheon. This year, I decided to go to the public instead of public coming to me. So we had a battle of the band for the HIV. And we had a young guy, he's in college, and he won $500 gift card. So our next goal is to have next year, it's going to be with the comedians here in Dallas. We want to let the people our city know what's going on in our city. So we're bringing out the talent in our city, and so we're gonna do the battle of the comedy for female and male.
That's really good because everything that you just told me right now, I never knew any of that. Like, I don't know if you heard about. I'm not sure what it's called. The whole red thing, HIV awareness. And I tried to study it, and like during the Red Ribbon Week, we would wear like the red ribbon.
Oh,
to
like
raise-
drug-free HIV awareness.
Yeah.
Pretty much stay away from all the things that are harmful to your body.
Yeah, but I never knew that it was like this city that was.
Oh, yeah.
I never so much knew it was this city, but part of me knew that it was somewhat much of black men. Just from hearing people talk individually, doing research, going to different camps, health things, fairs, you never hear about one specific city, but you always hear about it being black men.
Mm-hmm. Word spread. A lot of people want to blame it in Dallas County, saying, well, when they had the Katrina hit in New Orleans and all the people came to Dallas, we can't put the blame on anyone because, wrap up. If you're going to have unprotected sex, you're taking a chance of getting an STD, or HIV, getting AIDS, because you didn't take the precaution to take care of yourself. My son is 26 years old. He started high school at Townview in 2003, and I told him then, HIV is in your school. You kiss a little girl, you're going to get HIV, which is not true. but I told him that just to keep him, just to be aware of the disease. So, but now he's 26, and he's still not married. He still don't have any kids. He's career driven, as you guys. He's career driven, and he's now living in New York City, where he's now climbing the ladder on his job.
Wow.
So I advise, like the young guy, Mr. Hampton just left out, he said he's trying to change the little boys here in the county, in our community. I'm with the same with the girls. Let's make a difference.
So, we do this every Saturday from 11 to 12. Tune in to streammyschool.com/STI740. When we come back, I don't know, what's the next segment gonna be?
Round table.
Yeah, round table. This is gonna be interesting. I'm ready to see what's in store.
Yes.
But,
anyway.
So, the topic for the roundtable discussion is the Starbucks campaign. What's it called? Race Together?
Yes, Race Together.
So we're not gonna get too deep into it, but we want to be able to hear from everybody. Jabari, Cameron, Savoy, Miss Angela. We want everybody to say something, not just one person. And then what is this?
It's one thing I forgot to mention to everyone. Please go to my website, www.hafhts, and purchase some raffle tickets. You have the chance to win a 2015 vehicle for only $2. For only $2, my nonprofit organization has partnered with Toyota of Denton, and they're allowing you to win a Honda or a Toyota for worth $30,000. Take the chance. Please go to the website www.hafts.org. I messed that up. www.hafhts.org. Thank you.
So we're getting ready to go to a commercial break. When we get back, we'll have the roundtable discussion.
Pretty positive, but it was just a fail. Like, it's receiving a lot of backlash. And today we just want to talk about our views on the campaign. How can they better it? Do you agree with the campaign, or do you know about it?
Well, I would like to go first on this. Okay, so last night thinking about this, first when I heard about it, first thing that comes to my mind is Race Together, but there are no Starbucks in a neighborhood that's predominantly black, but they're doing a race together. Then I'm sharing this with one of my peers that was around me at the moment, and he brings up the point of income, and he says it's not necessarily race, but it's about income. They want to put their businesses where they know they can make money, so their business doesn't crash. So I'm still thinking to myself, yeah, but most low-income folks are black, from what I know about. And then he goes, but that's not. Let's stop talking about race and let's put it as low income. We bringing everything back to race, but the only reason they don't have them in these areas is not because they're scared. It's because low-income people don't have the money to go to Starbucks every day and sit down and have an expensive coffee or an expensive mocha or a latte.
Look, bro, I got this article off of NBC, and since their last campaign was like sort of like a fail, and people were kind of getting pissed off because you know, the cashier trying to have a conversation with them about race and like, yo, I gotta, you know, you trying to get some coffee, you trying to go to work.
Yeah.
But now what they're trying to do is they want to open up their businesses in more urban areas, right? So I don't know.
What's your definition of more urban? Urban.
They're more urban.
Like
they,
more.
that's their positive way of putting it, but they want to put it in like more low income areas.
That's what I was trying to get at.
And I guess maybe make it more affordable, and then they want to also hire the youth, which is, you know, good because it what's the word, correlates with our show.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, first, like you mentioned, this campaign, even if they did do this for a good idea, their planning was wrong. Because you mentioned that they trying to hold people there when they're trying to leave. Well, that's gonna make people not want to really go to your shop as much. Because if they're trying to get something and leave, they just want their service. You're basically holding them for something that you want to start. You really can't force someone to do what you want them to. So more people would want to go to your coffee place if they know that you're trying to stop them from buying their business until they answer a simple question that you want them to ask. Answer, I mean.
This is how I came about it. Look, me and Seven always talked about it before, and Seven brought up a good point. It was like, all right, so you order it, you get like a hot mocha, and they say it's $3.57, and you get it, they about to get it, like, wait. But first, we gotta talk about racism. Like, dude, get out of my face with that. I want my coffee so I can go. And then you also have to think about it. What if the conversation gets heated? Fights gonna break out, and then we're like, somebody said something that the other person don't like, and the person has a short temper. You think the person is gonna sit there and be like, okay, or they're gonna walk out or try to do something to make that person regret what they said. So that's really going to backfire on Starbucks.
Yeah, I have a different objective on this one because I'm a Starbucks guy. I love Starbucks, you know. And factually, they are in our community. There's one in Target, and there's one on Cocker Hill that's in the local community. And also, the prices that are in Starbucks is competitive to the prices that are in, you know, South Dallas Cafe. They may say it's more money, but I think it's compatible to the other coffee shops that are around. There was one coffee shop at Walmart that was on Wheatland. And I think that it was a genuine question that they asked about racism, that people don't know that we need to educate ourselves. Racism is gonna be here. It's just like roaches in a house. If the house burned down, the roaches still gonna be in the house because you can't get rid of roaches. Just like Starbucks, you will. Just like racism. Racism will be here until Christ come back. It's just how you handle racism. You can be a part or a product of it. You can love it, or you can try to be find an answer to it. You know, if a young white boy come up to you and he say something derogatory, how would you answer that? You know, don't let people if they come at you wrongly or they come at you with a racist statement, don't let them dictate to you how you gonna answer. No matter what somebody call you, you don't have to answer to what they call you. I don't think Starbucks was really raising the point about racism as to try to get us not to go to their place, because it's owned by, and quote unquote, it's owned by, I believe, Magic Johnson. He had a part in Starbucks. So before we start beating them up, let's find out and get the deep details who owns it. And he has some Starbucks that he owns. So I don't think that they raised that statement about racism due to that fact. So that's my point on it.
Is it let's race together, or is it
It's race together. The campaign is called Race Together.
And they're talking about putting the slogans on the cup about racism. Yeah.
So, like you said, since it's not so much of a point of racism, since one of our people own it, then it must have to come back down to income. Because Magic Johnson has enough money to own probably as many Starbucks as he wants.
Okay, when you say the income part of it, because I think our African American community have evolved. We're doing pretty good now. You know, my favorite drink at Starbucks is caramel macchiato grande. It's for something. Well, I go to, and I'm not gonna put no other company down, I go to this other company, it's a little bit higher. But that company is owned by an African American. So it's a little bit higher, so I come to Starbucks and I like the way they make their coffee, you know. So I think that sometimes you can perceive one thing as one way, but it's not what you see. Until you get in depth and find out that when you do a consumer report around the whole globe of that community, you see, because Starbucks is in our community. And not only are they in our community, they service a lot of us.
Well, I understand where he's coming from. I really do, because you're not gonna find a Starbucks from 35, Interstate 35, from what's that, Camp Wisdom to the Trinity. There's no Starbucks. So that's low income area.
Okay.
So you're not gonna find, I understand exactly what you're talking about. Now, where the Starbucks are placed are the neighborhoods where we have a little, we're not middle class anymore. But we have a little more, we're a little above.
A little bit more money.
We're not necessarily low income, but we have enough to do what we want.
Okay.
Exactly. We're living comfortable. And that's where the Starbucks are.
Okay.
So once again, if we're gonna race together, it's not in West Dallas where you was raised up. It's not in South Dallas. 75216 don't have a Starbucks.
No.
75215 don't have a Starbucks. 75219 where we sit don't have a Starbucks. So there's a lot of zip codes that are predominantly black legals don't have a Starbucks.
But
I don't drink Starbucks. I don't drink coffee. I have enough shopping habits, the bad habits, that I don't need to add another one to it. But I understand exactly what he's talking
But the question may be proposed is not why the Starbucks is there. I mean, how many people, drink coffee?
You know, black people drink coffee.
What? You don't.
I'm not saying all black people.
But I'm saying a lot of people, African American people, don't drink coffee. A lot do. But I'm saying, to me, when you talk about a company that's owned by African American man, then you have to. I think we have to do a little bit more research to find out.
The African American man should read that slogan first before it was sent out.
Well, I mean, it's a possibility. I just feel like that we probably seen it wrong, because we have we can't get pro-black to where we see things wrong.
Well,
Right?
you know,
Sometimes.
Well, you're absolutely right, but
Sometimes.
now everything is in the media.
Yeah, everything.
So it's now they give us a chance to talk about everything.
That's true.
So before you want somebody to talk about what you're about to do, like this post I was talking about, HIV/AIDS, I was talking about the win the car, I was talking about, before I go out and tell the story, I gotta make sure the I's are dotted,
You're right.
the T's crossed.
What about this? How about we make an invitation to one of the spokesmen from Starbucks to come and sit down and explain why or what this slogan is about? Because I feel like it's one-sided on our part if we continually say that this is this and this is until we get somebody that's from the Starbucks family to come in. And I'm a kind of guy to this. There's always two sides to every story. So I can't dominate that one side without hearing the other side, because somebody generally came with this to help the cause of racism, and then we're beating them up on that side. Until we know what was the real story behind this slogan and behind this statement, then what we doing, we're speculating right now.
So why, if we know there's two sides to the story, why portray something that you want us to be a part of and we don't know the other side of the story? Knowing that people are gonna, first thing they're gonna talk about, race together. This is a campaign for racism. So you're gonna put something out there. We don't know why exactly you're putting it out there from what you tell us, that you want us to stop racism and work together. But we don't know that for sure, so we gotta go off what we know and what we believe.
It's called marketing, son. Welcome to the world of marketing. In it, if you ever want your brand to grow, the number one thing you do to your brand, you bring controversy to it. And when that happens, your brand grows.
Well, let's talk about. And
I think Cameron has something to say. Right?
Yeah. Well, what I think about this is, I think that the intentions were good. They just need to go back to the drawing board and try to promote it a different way.
Right.
Because the way that they're doing it now, it's starting to hurt themselves than it is to bettering the community that it's going for. So if they promoted it a different way, such as like a public gathering or something like that, to promote it to where everyone in the community can come together and talk about it, I think that will improve it. I think that will improve the promotion, you know, and get it and have it be more widespread.
Well, we have like two different points of views. We have people thinking it may be for marketing. People think it may be to make racism come together. But I mean, there's really like our guest said, there's really only one person who really knows, and that's the Starbucks person. We need to find out we need to find out what it really means, or like what's the real detail behind it. But so what's your point of view on it?
Well, I think if they're really trying to like talk about racism and have black people come to their coffee shop and white people come to their coffee shop, I think, you know, since actions speak louder than words, why don't they put the actual Starbucks in the black community and not just say, let's talk about racism in the coffee shop, like somewhere where predominantly black people don't live at.
Okay, so I just looked up, y'all talking about Magic Johnson and him being African American. So I looked up where Magic Johnson is from, Lansing, Michigan. And their average income is $32,000 per year. And I looked up Dallas's average income, $24,000 a year. So that the average person in Lansing is making $8,000 more than the average person in Dallas. So you also have income. Yes, which brings it back to income. So it may not be cheap to someone in Lansing in Michigan because they make $8,000 more. But you come to Dallas, they're only making average $24,000 a year. So you also have to think about it. Magic Johnson is used to having more money than people in Dallas. So you also have to think about where he comes from and the type of environment where he grew up.
And Dallas is a populated city also, so I mean we can't say that the cities aren't populated as much because Dallas is a very big populated city.
Well, like this is my perspective on it. At first, when I heard about it, I was like, this is strictly for marketing. You put it on your cups. People gonna want to come to your shop. Like, is this real? Are you really having a conversation with these people about race? But now that I'm looking at it, their campaign that they try to do, that backlash. And these people are still trying to hold campaigns, not in their shop, but they're gonna hold campaigns, they're gonna start organizations. So this is not for marketing, they want to really touch on the problem. They want people to hold these difficult conversations that people don't want to have.
Because I feel that this is not something to play with. This is not something just for advertising and marketing. Because this will eventually mess up your business if you're just doing this to get more people to go to your business. Scratch that. But with a topic like this, I think it's more of the fact that they have to ease into something like this. You can't just randomly go from selling coffee to race together. Let's forget about racism. Right after the incident with OU in their, not OU. What OU in the chant that they had. Then Starbucks comes out and throws this race together thing. You have to ease into something like this.
So we putting that together. Now understand this, and what we'll understand the whole broadening of this whole picture. The CEO, which is he's known for doing big things like this, taking on big issues. Just because he put race together, that means that the company is racist, or the company is quote unquote, trying to divert us from understanding what race. I'm trying to understand what this. They saying this race together, meaning that they trying to bring us together as a world. Yeah. I'm talking about the African American, the Caucasian, the Hispanics, and everything. What possibly could they have done or said to lead to the promotion of us not being a part of Starbucks because they don't have more Starbucks in the inner cities, or because I read the statement and I'm trying to find out what did Starbucks do because they said let's race together.
What?
I thought we were better together, and it didn't seem like a racist statement to me, to the point to where we have to. Now, when you put them together with OU, the statement or the slogan it was saying something very derogatory toward African American people. So to put Starbucks with those guys, I think that would be unfair because they're not saying nothing to the fact of belittling us or disrespecting our race.
I'm not exactly
what I think it is, after this coming in, after the OU slogan coming in, and he was Caucasian, and no offense, but when you go to Starbucks, you see mostly Caucasian. Am I wrong?
Well, down in where I was, it's black and Caucasian.
So what I think, what I think Starbucks trying to, I think they're trying to like trying to ease it down by putting race together, put it on there so they can have more of the races come together and then think about what they're doing. I don't think they're trying to, now what you've been saying, I don't think they're trying to be racist or anything.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to patch up the holes that the OU slogan made.
So, I don't think they have nothing to do with the OU.
But
I think they're just a company that just want to come together as part of a community to bring the community together. I think it's marketing too, but it was a bold thing to do, but I think it was innocent. I just think that the companies just came together and said, let's race together. Let's bring two races together, or people who feel like that African American people don't need to be a part of this. Let's just bring everybody.
I think it's very dangerous.
I like
think it's very dangerous,
like
because you'll get something that you don't want. You'll get this man who never been to Starbucks. He's a racist. He don't like black people. He'll just go to Starbucks just because they said let's race together, and he'll sit there in their room and he'll wait till a black man come in there, and then there they go.
Wait, hold on.
Could be.
It's the words race together is a sticker. If you don't want it on there, take off the sticker.
So don't go to Starbucks.
No,
Yeah.
you can still get your logo. It's a sticker. Just peel off the sticker.
That's it.
Y'all make it seem like the cup, the word is printed on there. It's a sticker. If you don't want it on there, peel off the sticker. It's as easy as that.
Back to, like you said, patching the holes of the OU thing. How you gonna start something that says race together after OU just made a chant? Well, not made a chant. Hold on. They said a chant that completely. When they said that chant, it was straight arguments between blacks and whites. It was racism all over again. So you gonna patch those holes up? You gonna say race together after the blacks are already mad at the whites because of this slogan? There'll never be an NSAE, all this, all that. But that's kind of
John, check this out.
How did you bring Starbucks with that?
It's a sticker.
Okay.
A sticker.
It's a sticker, but it's a campaign. You say it's a sticker, but it's not safe.
It's more than a sticker.
Exactly. You made this statement out loud.
I know I did.
No, not you. Oh, my Starbucks.
but even if you don't support it, you can still go to your Starbucks, or you can tell them, don't put the sticker on there, or just take it off for me.
That's
if you don't support
the campaign.
Well, what John is talking about, he's talking about.
I know it's not going to get rid of the campaign.
So you're never
but
going
if
to get
there's
rid
one
of the
person,
sticker if you're not getting rid of the campaign.
Yes, you are. If you don't believe in the campaign, take off the sticker.
So maybe, you know what,
I
come out, look, listen to this guy. They're not even talking to us. Starbucks saying, let's race together. Not even talking to our community. They're talking to the people who come to their store and buy their coffee. They're talking to the Caucasian people. Let's race together. They're not talking about us racing together, because we are unit. We're units together. We can't be divided. We are one. And we don't care about another nationality. We greet everybody the same like we greet our own. They have a problem greeting us. So they're not talking about us. Let's race together.
I think that they was talking about all the consumers that drink their coffee, period. I think that they was talking about, I don't think it was just a white and a black issue. I think it was.
You don't think it's a white and black issue?
I'm saying, I don't
racism.
think. Okay.
It's a white and black issue.
Okay, but I'm saying, I don't think that when they said let's race together, I think they was talking about all races. And
I don't
the
think
best.
you never seen us hang no white man from the tree.
But I'm just saying.
You never seen us drag a white man down the road.
When we start.
You never see us chant, white people can't come to our club.
Well, hold up.
We don't do that.
Well, Starbucks.
So they're not talking about us.
But Starbucks didn't do it.
They're talking about
they just said
their own.
They said let's race together. They never said that we was talking. It was a white and a black issue. They just said let's race together. When he said let's race.
So when you say let's race together, you saying that's a black and white issue.
Hey, look. Check this out. This is the easiest. This is the easiest answer to it all. You don't like it? Don't deal with Starbucks.
No, but look, this
Then how you gonna get
you don't like it?
If you don't like it,
just cut off Starbucks.
if you don't like it, you don't have to go to the company. That's one thing. Like that's an easy way to cut it off.
Okay.
But also, you saying that they.
Yes, it will. It will solve the problem because Starbucks will lose money.
Hold on, you
Starbucks
saying
will lose
listen?
money.
You're saying that you're saying that they did this campaign right after the SAE situation, but if you know
separated.
okay, but when you know that a company is coming and go with things, they have to go to the drawing board. They have time to plan about this. They planned about this before the SAE situation came out, so that didn't have nothing to do with them having this. Now, all the other racist things that came out in America probably led up to this thing. But I mean, the SAE situation had nothing to do with it because they were marketing. I mean, they were drawing this up. They were trying to plan this before this situation even became public.
Okay, so so it's the SAE. So let's drop the SAE since it had nothing to do with it. Let's go back to if you don't want to deal with the rest together thing, don't go to Starbucks.
They're gonna lose
Then what's
money.
the whole exactly? So what's the whole point of putting something out?
No.
Let me talk. What's the whole point of putting something out that says race together if you don't want us to come to your Starbucks? How you gonna say race together if we not at your Starbucks?
Look, check this out. Check this out. No. Check this out. Check this out. Look.
How? No, I wasn't finished. How are you gonna get this campaign out to us if we do not come to your Starbucks?
Look. They're saying you don't have to come to their Starbucks. Either way, they're still gonna make money. But if you want them to lose a large chunk of their money, don't go to them, because that would force them to sit back and think about ending Let's Race Together, which they did 6 days ago. So if you don't like Starbucks, don't do it.
Where do we get that Starbucks don't want you to come into their just because they say Let's Race Together? If I was a Caucasian man and I seen Let's Race Together and a black man see Let's Race Together, I can take it any way I want to take it. I think the preconceived notion is how you taking it right now. People are taking it the way that they want to take it, from the point to where when I see Let's Race Together, first thing come to my mind is a racism thing. So somebody else may say the first thing come to their head, oh, they're not talking to our community. I think that when Starbucks put Let's Race Together, they just did a marketing campaign that everybody's talking about right now. So, like this young man said, and I'm gonna yield my seat. He said, if you don't like the brand or if you don't like the statement, you can peel it off. It's Let's Race Together. I don't think that Starbucks said we don't want African Americans in our store. It never, the statement wasn't geared toward that. It didn't say we don't want Caucasians in our store. It just said Let's Race Together. And we took that.
It's a broad statement.
It is.
And so everybody's gonna come up with their own opinion what they think of the statement.
It's not because they don't want people to buy their business, because they do. They want people to come in. They want the income, so it's not because they want people to stop coming to their stores, because that's wrong. They want people to come to their stores because that's gonna hurt their business. So it's not about not wanting money or not wanting them.
So look, no. We gotta stop. We gotta get out. But this was a very heated argument. It went left and right, then the middle.
And hot in here.
So we'll go ahead and close out STI740. We'd like to thank Mr. Brandon.
Thank you, sir.
And Miss Angie for being here.
And the boy for doing the NBA talk with us.
Alright, so we're out with STI740. Everybody on 3, we're gonna say STI740. 1, 2, 3.
STI740.
Come back.
Support STI740.